Yo, what's up? I'm JoJo, and this is my most requested Ask Anything chat live. Thanks to Romeo and iHeartRadio for having me on the show tonight. And here I am to answer any questions you have about my song Man and my new album Good to Know. And anything else you really want to know. So let's get to the questions. Jonathan from Queens, New York said, Joe, I know you'll be getting a ton of questions, but my question is, what does this new album mean to you? And how much is about your personal life is in this album? Jonathan, I don't know how to write songs that are not my personal experiences. Actually, that's not true. I do, but this album is just very much about the past couple years of my life and like processing and making sense of my patterns and how I contributed to the end of my last relationship and also, you know, the relationship with myself. So my personal business is all over this album, to answer your question. Camille from Ponca City, Oklahoma said, how does it feel to read posts, comments, or tweets saying that your songs got them through hard times or helped them in some way or saved their lives? Sometimes it's hard for me to actually process because that's just such a crazy thing to consider, you know, to be a part of somebody's life like that. And also I think that people give artists too much credit. At the end of the day, it's you who, you know, found the courage to keep going, and it's you who made the decision to look at things differently. And yes, music can help us, but I think, you know, the individual needs more credit. And, you know, sometimes we as artists we can just be the soundtracks to somebody's experience, but so I struggle with that, but it's crazy. Haley from St. John, Canada said, what song from your new album will you be pole dancing to on tour? Oh my God. I always envisioned it like having a moment on the pole was so bad, but I also haven't been on the pole this entire quarantine because I can't find the beam in my ceiling. Hence girl problems. Just and my ceiling is so high that I would probably die trying to climb all the way up there on the pole. So yeah, I don't know, girl. But I see it as so bad. Sandra from Burbank, California said, how are you doing during this pandemic? I'm doing well, thank you. I have everything that I need, and I'm going a bit stir crazy, but if that's the most of my problems, then I'm very lucky, and I am keeping that in mind. So I'm making a list of what I'm grateful for every day because I have so much to be grateful for. My mom is living with me. That's an interesting experience, especially like being an adult and having your mom come live with you versus like you living with your mom when you were a kid. It's all just interesting, but it's good. We're good. Paris from DC said, what's your favorite makeup look? Lately I've been really liking like a monochromatic nude look, which you can't tell from what I have on now because I literally just smacked on some concealer, some highlighter, and a lipstick and a matching one coat of nail polish because that's just all I could summon today, you know? But I do like a monochromatic nude look where I use like the same lip liner for under my eyes, kind of smudge it, use that as a lip liner as well, and then do some like, you know, cheek contour, highlight, nice mascara. It makes me feel really fresh and then like dewy, you know. How many of these do I read? Can I read all?
However many you want to do.
Sweet. Hank from Hayward, California said, what was the happiest place you ever visited? Happiest place I ever visited? People seemed really happy in Queensland, Australia. That's the Gold Coast, I think, and Surfer's Paradise, and people were just like, hey, yeah, I can't even do an accent. How are you, mate? Good on you, mate? Yeah, great. Everybody seemed so freaking happy. Gracia from India said, was your aim always to become a singer from childhood, or were there other things that interested you? I was always just a very precocious, inquisitive little girl, but I always wanted to be a singer, always. But I was also interested in animals. I wanted to be a veterinarian until I realized that I wanted to be a singer more than I wanted to get a doctorate in veterinarianism. And that sounded like a lot of school, and I barely wanted to graduate high school. So I was just like, I'd rather be a singer. And that's just always been my main dream. Carly from North Carolina said, hey Joe, how the F do you maintain this big D energy? You fought for so long and you're not a victim. I need that. You got that, yo. Promise. Like, I think, I hate to say, but time and just going through experiences and not giving up makes you look back in retrospect and be like, damn, I am a baddie. Like, I am capable of handling whatever comes my way. And I think that type of reassurance just supports that BDE, you know? So I would say, like, check things off your list every day and be accountable to yourself and make yourself proud by doing what you say you're gonna do, even if it means like honoring your commitments to your friends, you know, not overcommitting yourself, but, you know, we're talking at this time, you know, or showing up on time, even doing things like that. All that feels good. Like, yo, I'm who I say I am. And also, you know, I can please myself, I can take care of myself, I can entertain myself. Like, all these things kind of give you that BDE, if you will. You know what you're bringing to the table. Anika from Brooklyn said, we'll be getting a Bruno collab in the future. Ooh, I hope so. He's one of my favorite artists and just so important. So Bruno, what's up? Let's do this. Kyle from Gilbert, Arizona said, what sets your newest album apart compared to the rest of the music you've put out in the past? This is the most cohesive body of work that I've ever put out. And I think that it kind of picks up where Agape left off. Agape was a mixtape that I put out. I don't know if you've heard it, but I do love that project as well. And this is just, I think the songs on this are, have a bit more stickiness to them. But this is cohesive, it's sonically and like story-wise, at least it satisfies me in those areas. What song from Good to Know made you realize that you've grown mentally and lyrically? Ivan from Argentina. Probably Don't Talk Me Down. And So Bad. I don't know, all of them. All of them I think are kind of representative and indicative of my growth. Dave from the Philippines said, will you include Asia, most especially Philippines, in your Good to Know tour? Because damn, we miss you here. I miss you guys too. I've been to the Philippines a couple times now and I really want to go back. When it comes to touring, it's not just about like the places I love most, because if that were the case, I would be in the Philippines ASAP. But it really is about scheduling and promoters and, you know, how it can work out and, you know, the venue and if the venue's available and if all these different things come into play. So talk to your people and let's make it happen. Tracy from Naples, Florida said, Jojo, where do you see yourself in 5 years from now, career-wise? You know what? I won't even go there, because if you had asked me this 5 years ago, you know, it's just so hard to know. First of all, I could have never, ever imagined that we'd be in the collective experience that we're having right now with COVID and being in quarantine. But okay, well, what I will say, and something I can control, is that I want to be instrumental in other artists' careers as well. I really want to help other people start theirs and support them on their journey. Maddie from Fairfax, Virginia said, what other artists do you remember that started out at the same time as you? Do you still speak to any of them? You know who just came to mind is Mario. I think he came out a bit before me. He's a few years older than me, but I ran into him at Essence and we had a drink together and just caught up, and it was so good to see him. He seems to be in a great place and he's really like on his spiritual journey. He's meditating and, you know, very into mindfulness and And I'm really proud of him, and it seems like he's just thriving. I know he's putting out new music and sounding better than ever, so that's who came to mind from that time. Okay, thanks for watching my most requested Ask Anything. Shout out to Romeo and iHeartRadio for letting me do this. This was so fun, and I hope you guys all stay safe and healthy and enjoy your friggin' night. Bye.